Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we're on the website of auction portal Invaluable and we're going to have a look at an auction by an auction house called Nadeau's based in the US. This is a new auction house to me. Looks like as part of their auction they have some musical instruments which I've isolated here on Invaluable. We're just going to have a quick look and see what they have, really. About 33, so not very many, but as I said before, sometimes it's quite good to look at some of these small auction houses and just see what they have. This auction is finishing on the 22nd of July. It is the 8th today, so quite a bit of time left on this one for you to have a look at it yourself. Looks like the buyer's premium is 28%. That's the kind of amount you pay on top of the final hammer price. It might be cheaper if you go directly via their website rather than the Invaluable portal, but you probably only save a few percent here and there. Anyway, as I was saying, this is a US based auction, so bear that in mind with import and export fees and all of that kind of stuff, CITES regulations as well, restrictions, and otherwise just have a look and see if there's anything interesting. If you do enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing or like or comment, because it really does help. So without further ado, let's get on with it. It won't take super long, I don't think. So we have two cellos, one with the label Adolphe Derezi with soft case and other with a bow and hard case, from the estate of Donald K. Huber. So let's see what we have here. See if we can figure out what's going on. Don't know how many pictures we actually got. I think not too many. We're looping around, so not very many pictures there. That is all the information that we have. I mean, I think this has potential. There's a bow there that's completely covered, so we can't even see what that is. So if someone is on the ground in Windsor, I think that's Connecticut, is it? Then you might be able to look at this in a bit more detail, and it could well be fairly interesting. Let's see what else we got here. We've got two Fretschner violin bows. One marked WA Fretschner, the other GA Fretschner. Same estate there. They're saying $300 to $500 on this. Probably both need a bit of work there, but could be interesting. And just say the cello is $100 to $200. That's a very fair estimate. Got a couple of other bows here. Two violin bows marked taut, mother of pearl inlay. Let's see if we can get the pictures up here. It's a bit slow to load up. Not seeing anything super crazy there. $400 to $600 they've got as the estimate. Another set of 4 bows there. I don't think it's really worth looking into that too much. A few more taut model bows. We'll have a look, but I'm not entirely sure that there's anything super exciting there. Have a quick look at the frogs. Well, there's potential. I think this bow looks like it could be quite interesting. Once again, I think you need to look at these probably at the auction house to really know what's going on. Whole load of bows there in a bow case. Probably a good opportunity for someone. I don't think we're going to see any other pictures other than that, so once again another lot to really inspect in person. There are a few other pictures, but everything's kind of with them in the box, so I don't think you can really tell what's going on, but another good opportunity I think for someone. Same here with this kind of box of bows. Not a lot of information. Got a Martin DCX1E guitar there, $300 to $500 on that. Got a group of violins here. Let's see if we can pull up any other information. $100 to $300. Got a few more pictures there. Not seeing anything too outrageous there. Then we have a 1995 Fender Stratocaster there, 4600, 1973 Martin D35. That will probably do quite well on that. So this is a fairly nice Martin there. So any other additional pictures? Yeah, I think it's just very slow to load. Carved Native American design headstock there. Interesting. See what else we got here. 2011 Epiphone Dot, 2010 Epiphone Les Paul Standard with Stetspar Pro tremolo, 2 Yamaha acoustics there, 1992 George Washburn Model 30, 1995 Gibson Les Paul guitar there, 1996 Fender Stratocaster Vox AC15, some guitar cases there, 2015 Gretsch Electromatic there, another 2 Yamaha acoustics, HN White Co trombone, and FE Old and Son trombone there. Then we've got a whole load of other violins and things as well. Let's have a look if we can see anything a bit better. Most likely all kind of trade violins, but you never know. Some of them look like they could at least be something a bit more interesting. Not a lot of pictures, so once again it's something you probably need to be on the ground looking at. Mostly probably trade instruments, but there may well be something more interesting somewhere. Some of the bits look fairly curious, but very difficult to tell from these pictures. Then we've got another HM White trombone, a whole load of bows, loads of instruments here. It seems I think they've given up photographing it, and there must be so many, but I think there is probably potential for a few kind of interesting instruments here and there. So definitely worth looking if you are able to get to that auction. There could well be some interesting instruments. A lot of it I think is probably not great, kind of junky stuff, but definitely worth exploring. Then we've got another violin here, German copy of a violin, $300 to $500 they've got on that. Let's see, it's got a kind of, as they say, Guarneri type F-holes there. Does look like a kind of trade, better level trade violin there. I don't think there's much else to see on there. It's a little bit difficult with the loading of the stuff. Got a violin here, Johann Ulrich Fichtel violin, apparently 1760. Definitely looks a little bit curious there. Definitely slightly interesting, but not really sure that the labels on that are actually believable. Here's a classic trade violin, I think, coming up here with the Johann Baptist Schweitzer label with a Vioma bow. I think this is, there are a bit more pictures on this instrument for some reason, but I think this is your classic trade. Yeah, it's a classic 19th century German trade violin, that one, so definitely nothing really to see here. Here's a violin with a Nicholas Martus label. Let's see what other pictures we got here. It's interesting here. Don't know if that's an actual genuine neck graft or some kind of fake on it. It looks like very weird neck graft if it's real, kind of going really far in and along. Quite a strange one. Really bad sound post crack on the back there. Looks like it just your typical 19th century violin again there. So nothing too crazy. A couple of other violins here. Let's see what we've got here. G.O. Homer Mann and one D. Salzar. See if we've got any other pictures here. Even got some scroll pictures as well. I mean, potentially more interesting than some of the other ones. Kind of difficult to really tell from the pictures here. D. Salzar is, yeah, it's quite a common name that comes up. Can be kind of genuine French stuff or sometimes something else, but difficult to tell from those pictures. And then finally we have a Kawai baby grand piano there, $1,000 to $2,000, and this is your last item. So there you have it, just a really small kind of overview of this, the musical instruments from this Nadeau's sale. I actually think there's potentially some really interesting maybe kind of bows or kind of violin related things in this auction, but the pictures just really aren't good enough to tell. But if you are able to get to this auction for a viewing, then there might well be some interesting stuff. So in that regard, it is a fairly interesting auction. So I'll put a link in the description as always. Thanks a lot for watching, I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao.